Hello and welcome out to the Death Battle cast. Welcome out. I don't know why I said that. Welcome out. Come on out. Join us at the Death Battle cast. Yeah, we're just on the street. Hey, I'm Ben, joined by Sam, Liam, and Javi, and we have a very exciting matchup to talk about today. A pretty unique one, I think, that might have a couple different ways to approach it. We'll figure it out. But I'm very curious what you guys think should be the direction we take this matchup. But hey, if you are unfamiliar with Death Battle Cast, this is your first time joining us, or maybe you just forgot how this show works. This is the podcast where we take two characters and we pit them against each other in a death battle. We have representatives for each character arguing for their character. And at the end of the live show, we live stream this every Tuesday at noon Central Time. You all watching this live get to vote on who you think wins based on the arguments, which means Liam and Javi, who are going to be representing our characters here, can either, try to make a good argument or just try to be as, persuasive as fuck, I guess, and get you on their side some other way. Yeah, I'm excited. So we are talking about Cecil from Immortal. He's the not really man in the chair. He's the Nick Fury, I guess. We're talking about like the Nick Furies of different teams, but they're not really Nick Furies. They're something else. The Cecil from the Invincible and the Robert Robertson from the Dispatch. Correct?
Correct.
Yes. The Dispatch. That's what it's called.
The
Good.
Dispatch.
Yeah. Yeah. So Dispatch. What the heck is Dispatch? This just came out, right? Everybody knows what Immortal is, but what the heck is Dispatch?
Yeah, so Dispatch is pretty much like a Telltale game. I mean, it's episodic. You make decisions, and the story progresses based off of those decisions. It's pretty cool. And there's puzzles.
Yeah, there's like a game where like the core of the puzzle part of it is you have like crises popping up around Torrance, California, and you send like superheroes that you think would be best be suited to doing that, and then you have to manage like how much time it takes for them to get there and rest and stuff like that. It's kind of a strategy thing.
It's a sports management sim if your sports team was a bunch of superheroes.
Yeah.
I call it Immortal. Chad is saying I called it Immortal, not Invincible.
Whatever,
it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, what are you?
Immortal's a character in Invincible. Anyway, Team Immortal versus Team Dispatch.
Yeah.
Definitely not the Guardians of the Globe. Am I drunk? Yes. Definitely. No. I mean, Immortal might be part of this, right? Like, there's
it depends on how we go about it.
Well, how should we go about this? Because this is effectively pitting. Are we pitting their superhero teams against each other, or is this Cecil fist fighting Robert? Like, what should we do here?
We have an hour. I'm down to talk about both. I don't think that either is like.
You think we have an
going
hour?
about either is super in depth, right? I mean, I guess you could, but I think that both conversations are not super long, so I don't mind talking about both.
Yeah,
whether
we can start with Cecil versus
Robert, just like their tech, and then add on to the superheroes.
Okay, yeah. Well, then let's start this off by just kind of introducing the characters and what their deal is. Yeah, as Ten Tails with the super chat asks, with a $100 super chat, thank you, Ten Tails. Is this just going to be Robert versus Cecil or the whole gang, especially with Cecil's armies of zombies, as there is a chance that Cecil might win if he has his army of zombies. Also, I can't wait for Ash versus Yugi. Yes, Ash versus Yugi is coming out this weekend.
What?
More on that later. Surprise.
They don't tell me about the episodes that I don't write. I don't know what they are.
Live reveal to Liam. All right, so Liam is going to be representing Cecil from Not Immortal, aka Invincible. Javi is going to be representing Robert from Dispatch. And at the end of the show, it's up to you guys watching this live to vote on who you think should win based on, I guess, the parameters that we set during this discussion. Liam, how about you introduce Cecil to us? Who the heck is Cecil? What's going on?
He kind of looks like Joe Biden. I have just realized this. I don't think intentionally, but like his hair, like if you look at like a profile of Biden, they have like the same kind of like weird hair thing.
I think
he's
he's still have hair
supposed
that like goes down to the shoulder.
It might be longer than his, but if
Yeah.
you like look at a
Yeah.
profile of Biden, it has that kind of goes like straight
Well,
down. And
yeah,
there's
I-
like nothing at the top here.
Kind of think it was
Uh-huh.
old man politician spec is like
Yeah,
what?
no, I'm not saying like
Yeah,
he
it's
was
just kind
he was
of-
modeled after Joe
The most
Biden.
unique looking politician
it's
of
just-
our time, Joe
Or
Biden.
old
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Yeah, I had that realization. I was
Old
like,
white-haired white man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
Cecil
right.
is one of
So
the
now
whitest
that we know
people
that this
ever.
is actually Joe Biden versus Robert
Yeah.
Robertson, tell us what Joe Biden does with Omni-Man and whatnot.
Joe Biden. That's a funny video. Cecil is the head of the Global Defense Agency, which is this covert paramilitary organization that basically defends the planet from superhuman threats, whether they be supervillains, superheroes, alien invasions, interdimensional shit. He has been doing this shit for decades. He's old, but he's extremely intelligent. And he has a kind of an almost unlimited like amount of material resources to throw at any threat. He has developed contingencies for every kind of threat since the beginning of fucking time. He is the man in the chair for planet Earth and looking out for its good. But in a classic sort of deep state American way, is not always successful at that, at the greater good and what the greater good is and yada yada yada. Yeah. Do you want to get into like his stuff, or are we just doing introductions? I always
Well,
forget how we do this.
let's introduce.
I've done it a million times.
Yeah, we've only done this show like twice, I think.
At least 3.
Let's talk about Robert Robertson and the Dispatch.
Yeah, so Robert Robertson the third is the third Mecha Man in a line of Mecha Men. His grandfather as Mecha Man Prime, pretty much a Tony Stark Iron Man deal. Rich guy with a lot of money, makes a powerful suit. He is powered by his suit is powered by the Astral Core, which has been compared to a nuclear reactor. But during his time as Mecha Man, he runs into the villain Shroud, which actually discombobulates the suit so bad. He gets reached out to by another superheroine who asks if he wants to pretty much dispatch other heroes. But the twist is these heroes used to be former villains. So a lot of the gameplay is him actually sending these heroes off, or former villains off, to help in, I forget the city that they're in, but it's in California, I believe. And they go and protect the city. He has laser swords. Torrents. He has laser swords, missiles. He has a defense field that halts any and all gunfire, may it be plasma or otherwise. And he's just also really incredibly smart. And so him being a part of Dispatch proved really useful because he was the best already on his first day on Team Z to dispatch all of the heroes and protect everyone. So that is his deal.
Okay. So Robert is a former superhero, but he relied on a suit. It's like the Iron Man kind of thing. And once that was out of commission, he basically took on being man in the chair for a while.
Yes.
The Mecha Man suit is basically like if you've seen Iron Man 1, the villain of that, Jeff Bridges' suit, it's like that, but a little more high tech. He has like laser swords and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say White Knight 16 in chat says Cecil's just a dude. Robert is a legit hero in and out of the suit. I mean, I don't know that I would call Cecil just a dude.
Yeah,
right?
I would challenge that.
So,
I mean, physically they're both just dudes, right? But
they say legit hero outside the suit. Does he have superpowers outside the suit?
Are we getting how?
Because that's the thing. I haven't played
spoilery
this
are we gonna
game.
get into Dispatch? Yeah.
No.
I really wanted to, and I was like, I don't want spoilers. And then we decided this was cast, and I was like, whoop, there goes that. So,
well, how spoilery are we gonna get here with Dispatch? This is good to know.
I think there's a good chance I can go through this without really being too spoilery. Especially because it's just like general, like, you know, at the end of the day, if there's like an explosion that happens at the end of the game, it's kill Cecil level. I don't have to be more specific than
sure.
the conditions.
Yeah, well, we might have to get into some when we're talking about like the superheroes themselves. If we're talking about like dispatching the teams against each other and whatnot, haha, dispatch. But let's just like make sure to preface that if we're getting into like end game material for Dispatch, just let us know.
Spoilers for Invincible.
Yeah, that's inevitable, I think, for Cecil. Like what he used to do, right?
Be the president of the United States.
Oh, you want to talk about Cecil?
Like how he used to be the president of the United States.
Joe Byron. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
It's a Joe Biden reference joke from 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, Liam. I'm glad you're keeping
solid stuff. Barely.
Yeah.
I'm cozy. I'm in cozy mode right now.
Yeah.
Because it's cold.
And it just suddenly got real cold. You know, it's just random. I don't really know why it did that. Anyway, Liam, tell us about, like, is Cecil just a dude?
Cecil is, well, physically, Cecil is just a dude. He is a human being. He does not have superpowers. He is not physically impressive in any way, but he has tons of technological resources at his disposal, which effectively makes him not a dude. I think one of the biggest hills that Robert is going to have to get over with Cecil is that Cecil has a teleportation device. He can do so at will, at his whim, as much as he wants, zipping back and forth. He has been able to teleport away. It's not clear whether or not it's being like remotely controlled by people at GDA headquarters or whether he's the one doing it. But either way, it's fast enough to be able to avoid Omni-Man flying at him, trying to kill him, like legitimately trying to kill him.
Yeah, it's both, right? Sometimes he asks for people to beam him up or whatever, or beam somebody else up.
Right.
No, I guess it's just him. But then sometimes he just has that clicker. Like in his standoff with Omni-Man at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know if he has well, okay. I don't know if he has a clicker.
Doesn't he have a clicker?
In that standoff? I think he just stands there and goes back.
Oh yeah, you're right. So how's that happening? How does the teleporter work?
Well, either their people that are monitoring him are doing it in response to Omni-Man zipping at him, or he's doing it. Either way, it's being controlled and is able to react to Omni-Man. I don't want to get too much into the logic of that because Omni-Man can move faster than light, but they have some way of countering that. Perhaps it's technological. Perhaps there's something that, like,
the person behind. There's one person with a big button
who's just like
the office is just like ready. He's just constantly just watching it. Like there's cameras everywhere. He's just ready to hit that button.
But basically, like I call this the Wombo combo. You know, the Mecha Man suit is great. It's really strong. It's neato. And if it, you know, if Cecil tried to get into fisticuffs with the Mecha Man suit, it would be all over for Cecil. But the Wombo combo, this is where the Wombo combo comes in. Cecil teleports away to the other side of the planet and then hits him with the hammer, which is the orbital satellite that can fire down and blast you hard enough. I've seen it calculated at megatons to gigatons worth of energy. It basically wipes out this huge chunk of like rural Illinois. Like just vaporizes it and gives Omni-Man a nosebleed. So Mega Man suit is not as strong as that. I played that fucking game. I was like, let's see how strong the Mega Man suit is. Not that much. Yeah, that's the Wombo combo. Cecil also carries the Y Blaster, which might just be a fan name, but it's like a laser gun that he uses. He uses to get Omni-Man's attention. It's not powerful enough to hurt him, but he also uses it in the fighting game a lot. His gameplay in the fighting game seems super cancerous because he just teleports back and forth and hits you and combos you like that. Sounds like a nightmare.
That's right. The game like just came, or it's an alpha or something like that right now.
I think it's an alpha, yeah. And then there's the Reanimen, which I think the Reanimen should count as part of his technology. I don't think it's the same as dispatching superheroes because they're like at his full command. They aren't like separate beings who have the ability to disagree with him.
Are they at his full command, or are they at the command of what's his face, the creepy dude,
the doctor
from the high school, Doctor what's his face?
No,
he's
they're
not
at
a doctor.
Cecil's.
He didn't get a doctorate.
That guy. I mean,
Oh.
he made them, but they're at Cecil's command. Like he can tell them what to do, and I don't
No,
know.
he pulled him out of
He's
college,
ugly.
right? He was going to college and he
He's
was
ugly. I don't care
crazy
what he
and
thinks.
whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not in control of that. I don't know.
Either way, I'll move on from there because I think the Reanimen sort of ups the scale of the fight a bit. So
Sure, yeah. The fact that they can compete with Invincible, not Immortal. Well, I guess technically they could compete with Immortal as well.
Well, and they're made from the Viltrumites too, like especially in the comics.
Spoilers.
Sorry. They're made from Viltrumites in the comics. I think it matters, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. Well, let's move over to Robert and talk a little bit about what he's got going on.
You know, Liam, it's so interesting you bring up the technology aspect, because it would be interesting if Robert Robertson was actually a smart person who was capable of, I don't know, maybe hacking said technology. Sam, image one, please.
What? Okay,
so,
we gotta go to the thing. 1 second.
Bring in images. All right.
Yeah.
It's just
so,
black. Javi, why did you just provide him just a solid black? Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I got hacked by Robert. No, throughout the game, he actually hacks a whole bunch of security systems all throughout Torrance, but also a lot of private servers, enemy tech. So this is an example of some of the stuff that he can actually hack into. We have the security systems, CCTV feeds, weapon systems. So, and mind you, he actually goes in at one point in one mission to reboot all of Torrance because there was a power outage. And now, mind you, I don't know how huge this deep state organization Cecil works for, but I doubt it's as big as all of Torrance. And I think he could absolutely just go in. Now, you could probably argue, well, aren't those people like smart enough to maybe combat that? Sam, image 2. So as he's hacking, he actually has the ability to combat antiviruses that prevent him from proceeding further into the technology hacking. So he can absolutely combat hacking as he's literally fighting. That first image, actually, he was in the middle of a mission doing that as well inside his suit. Which actually has, like, I think a Commodore 64, I believe. I don't know, like, it's just like really old tech, old looking tech.
But yeah, I understand this game mechanic, sure, but is this actually something significant happening, or is it just that, like, that's the game mechanic and Cecil and everybody is the pinnacle of government resources? So maybe it should get
Javi finish, because Javi said something that I thought was very funny that I'm going to dunk
Okay,
on
sure.
really
Okay, let's keep going.
hard
Let's keep
in
going.
a couple minutes.
So, with that in mind, any of the other technology, like the plasma weapons, explosives that Cecil has on hand, absolutely get stonewalled by his literal energy field, which just absorbs all of that. His astral core also, since we were talking about how powerful he is, his suit is powered by what is literally compared to a nuclear reactor, which should scale not only to the suit itself, but can be used as a weapon because he actually makes fake astral cores as well. Now, let's see. We can get into the hero aspect in a second, but
let me
like to let
let's
Liam
stick with the 1-to-1.
Yeah.
You asked, you weren't sure if the Global Defense Agency was bigger or smaller than Torrance, California. I think the Global Defense Agency might be
You got him
bigger.
on that one, yeah.
Well,
it's global, right? And it's based around the world. Robert's hacking was something I was paying attention to when I played Dispatch. It is located mostly to Torrance, California. He can expand it in the last chapter to a big chunk of LA. But he isn't able to hack into any enemy that he wants in the course of the game. We know that because it never happens, right? The Red Ring crew are all cybernetically connected to one another, and would be vulnerable to hacking, but Robert is never able to do that. What he's able to hack into are systems that are connected to the SDN network. SDN, the company that he works for, is kind of like a what's the word? Like something goes wrong and you call them and you say, hey, there's a fire in my building, and then the superheroes come and take care of that. The stuff that he hacks into is all on the SDN network. He isn't able to like shut down technological opponents like mid-fight because he fights them, and he isn't able to do that. Like that would have come in very useful when he fights Shroud at the end of the game with the spider mech. So I think that he wouldn't really be able to utilize that mid-combat because he never does, and B, Cecil's like network is not located in Torrance, California. It's global. The satellite is in space. The GDA headquarters is in Arlington. It's in the Pentagon. I don't think that the hacking it would be. I think he could use it in some like tertiary ways, but not as a way to just like shut Cecil down entirely.
Super chat from Dude Blade X. Cecil claimed that teleporting cost more than the GDP of Liechtenstein, whose GDP was 8.29 billion USD in 2023. How much would this battle cost?
I mean,
yeah. Well,
surely it's not $8 billion for one teleport, right?
It helps to be part of the government, and he could just be like, hey, Fed chair, Secretary of the Treasury, start the money printer. We're inflating this
money.
I'm going to throw this country into horrific inflation for the sake of winning this fight.
I never thought Big Dog Jay Powell would come into cast, but yeah.
Jane Gwynn says, the quick bit, the Astral Pulse is stated to be compared to nuclear reactors, but we're also told it is comparable to the stellar core of a small star.
I have something to like piggyback off of that, but I'll do that later since we're on the small star aspect.
Piggyback off of the small star thing?
Yes.
So it involves the other heroes. If we're going to expand it to
okay. Well, then we'll put a pin in that. Let me just look at. I know we have a couple other super chats, so let me look at these real quick. Oh my God! Actually, we have a lot of super chats. This is great. So from Tom it's cut off. Tom Hibbert. Will Geet's oneness form be in the Geet's death battle? Well, we haven't started that death battle yet because you guys have to vote on the matchup. So that poll is actually up right now on the Death Battle YouTube channel. If you are a Death Battle member, you can go vote for who should fight Geets from Kamen Rider in a future death battle. There are some characters in that poll who have a lot of material to work with. So just a heads up, depending on who wins, it might be a while before the episode actually happens. It might take a bit to like sort out what happens with something like Fate. Just gonna say that because it's a big series. So just to keep that in mind. From Michael, an army fight that doesn't involve Eggman. Yeah, we're finally doing one. Potentially. We'll see what happens with the superheroes as we get to that part. For this. Let's see. Another one from Michael. Also the irony that literally just this morning I bought myself a copy of Dispatch. Right. So careful about spoilers, guys, because Michael just bought it.
Yeah, I mean the game the final chapters like just came out a couple weeks ago, right? So it's like real fresh.
Yeah. It's still pretty new.
Yeah.
We've got one from 13th 13th Revenant. Putting this in because I keep seeing people worry about it. Are sprite fights dead? I assume not, but I feel like it needs to be confirmed anyway. Are sprite fights dead?
No.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We haven't had one in a minute, but
we'll just never do sprites. I mean, we got a fucking live action. We had like Torian come in. Like this, the show's been like this, guys. We moved through a bunch of different animation styles.
Also,
I know what this is referencing. Okay, because there's been some talk about like, what happened to the sprite team? You guys aren't like giving the sprite team any fights or whatever. So let me clarify something. There is no sprite team. It's not how it works in an independent era. So what we referred to back in the Rooster Teeth days as the sprite team was the animation team. Because despite what some people seem to think, we were not some independent thing off to the side of Rooster Teeth. Death Battle, as of 26 at the start of 2016, right? Joined Rooster Teeth Animation. Our animation team was the Rooster Teeth Animation team. So that was like divvied up into like people who worked on Ruby, people who worked on Genlock, people who worked on et cetera, et cetera. But all of those people were moving between projects. So when we would refer to like the sprite team or the 2D team or whatever, we were referring to parts of that team that were working on individual episodes. That's not really how it works in the independent era. We are no longer are part of a big animation studio. We're our own, entity now. So instead, the way animation works is for each episode, we assign essentially a lead animator. You can see them listed in the credits of every episode. There is a lead who takes on the project, and they kind of they basically have control over the whatever team they decide becomes a part of that project. We also work with that person to decide what the fight is going to look like. So there is no sprite team. We have sprite animators, of course, but a lot of those sprite animators also like working on other types of projects. So, for example, Ash vs. Yugi is coming up. Luis is the lead animator for that episode. Luis, of course, works a lot in sprites. This is not a sprite fight. Luis wants it to be something different. He came to us with an idea. It's a very cool idea. Origin is working with him. We got a couple other people working with him. You'll see that when the episode airs. I love the idea that they had for this. So get ready for that. So that's how it works, right? I hope that makes sense. But also, Death Battle is always like shifting between different animation styles. And thanks to being independent, we don't necessarily have to like, before we would obviously have to like balance like episodes and stuff with, well, okay, these 3D animators are going to be working on Genlock for this number of months. So we can't necessarily have them work on a Death Battle. So we got to like schedule around that. As an independent entity, we no longer have to worry about that kind of thing. So we're kind of focusing on that kind of stuff, right? So we have a lot of different animation styles available to us, a lot of different animators who like trying new things. And you might be seeing more of that as we get into 2026. Anyway, I hope that helps clear things up. We haven't shoved Zach in a locker somewhere and haven't given him any work or anything like that. Don't worry.
No, you'll see something. Yeah, you'll be. Don't worry about it. You'll be good.
Excited for you guys to see what Ash versus Yugi looks like. Again, Ash Yugi is coming up this weekend. Let's see. We got Stories of a Satyr saying, "Love Dispatch." Funny fact. Phenomena Man.
I know
Phenomaman.
it's a bitch.
Oh, okay, I see. Phenomaman, before any other thing is shown, just by going for sushi, already made him as fast as Homelander. All love. Is there just a scene where he like needs sushi and he just races to it?
No, it's with him in Blonde Blazer where. Okay, I won't spoil, but he goes to Japan.
Oh, I see. I get you. Third Degree says, I've heard Biden get compared to Walter from Jeff Dunham, but Cecil is new. Yeah.
Oh,
Liam.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not up to date on my Jeff Dunham puppets, but yeah.
Neither am I. To be fair. I don't think anyone is.
Cody has a super chat. Cecil wins just right out the gate with an answer for this. Robert has a mech suit with lasers, swords, nets, and blasters. Cecil has teleporters, lasers, access to monsters and kaiju. We didn't really talk about the kaiju. And Robert, zombie troopers, and the white space people can't see. Oh, yeah, the white space. Although that's a specific room.
Yeah,
I didn't look into
the
that
kaiju
room.
or the white space stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, he's kaiju, whatever. Fuck
it. Hera Frost with a $20 super chat. Rooting for Robert Robertson the third. And wants them to punch Cecil in the balls.
That's punch up. That's not how Robert plays. That's punch up.
Maybe he wants to try it out for himself. Johan says, correction, Mecha Man is like Iron Man, but with a bigger suit, and the third isn't rich.
Is he not?
Yeah, so like
the third is
not.
Okay.
He's the third, right? Oh my
His
god, there's
grandpa
so
was
many
rich.
super chats. Jesus, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna cover a couple more, and then we got to get to some other stuff. So the Jester, I think there are more talking. I think they are more talking. Robert fights even some lightly superpowered foes with his bare hands, not easily, and that's more scrappy.
From when I was asking if he was superpowered earlier, because he's able to like go hand to hand with superpowered people at times.
Michael again saying, "Hey, I bought Dispatch this morning. Hope it's an army fight."
Yeah, we'll get to
that. Before we continue, Gilded Data, the guy that was controlling Cecil's teleports was on Demon Time to react to Omni-Man. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, there's more super chats, but we got to get to some other stuff. So like our first sponsor for today, which is Aura Frames. Hey, Aura Frames is back. Are you a last minute shopper? Don't worry, I won't judge. You can tell me. I know what you're going through because I do too. Shelves are empty and ideas are running low. It's not really a good time to be you, huh? But never fear. Aura Frames is the solution you need. And it's a gift that feels personal no matter who you're getting it for. If you don't know what the Aura Frame is, it's basically the ultimate picture frame. Because it's all digital. Just download the Aura app and you can use your Wi-Fi to upload and adjust any photos you want. It's super easy to use, and I know because I actually got one of these for my parents, and they set it up at their house with dozens of different photos scrolling through. But if you're still worried, you can also preload photos before it ships, so it's basically guaranteed to be the perfect gift for whoever you're thinking of. And every frame comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag, so it looks special. Like this. So this is, I've shown this on cast before, but I put it back in its box because it looks all nice. But yeah, it's just basically a picture frame that's also it's got a screen on it. Here it is. And you can just put photos on it and put it wherever you want in your house. It's great. I just have it set up in my living room, going through photos. It's really nice. And I'm being serious. I did get one of these for my folks. It's like a really nice decor piece. They have tons of different options. I'm sure you'll find one that you like. So, for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code DBC at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code DBC. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. I'd appreciate that. Sponsors are incredibly important for us to be able to keep Death Metal going, as well as, you guys being members and things like that. So, we always love it when you guys give us a shout out to sponsors when you're checking them out. All right, let's see. The chat is just going, sponsor time. And we haven't really talked about the army stuff, so I want to get to the superheroes and anything else you guys want to talk about regarding that before we get to some of the other stuff. So let's get back to Cecil versus Robert. How do the superheroes play into this? Should they play into this?
Javi, you go.
Should they play into it? I think it would be a lot more interesting because Cecil actually does try to, against Omni-Man especially, go 1v1. So I think the episode would be, if we were to do it as an episode, I think it'd be more interesting to see them go at it rather than just bring in a whole bunch of different characters. But when you bring the other heroes into it, it does get really interesting. They all have unique abilities. We have Flambe, who's resistant to fire but also can generate fire. We have Prism, who is capable of manipulating light, and also using light beams that other characters have dodged, and that Robertson keeps up with. We have Invisigal, just turns invisible. We have a sentient pile of dirt, and just a whole bunch of different characters. But the one I want to talk about...
Wait, sorry, a what?
A sentient Golem. But the one that I want to talk about the most is Phenomaman himself, actually. So we already got a little bit of talk going where the astral pulse is compared to a neutron star. Now, that might sound
He says small star. Royd says
small star.
It's like you trapped a small star in your...
There you go. So that might sound like an outlier until you consider Phenomemon's statements at Sam. It is image 3 and 4. And this is where the speed feat also from Japan gets a little bit of an addition to it as well. He contemplates flying into the sun and absorbing all of its energy to turn all of planet Earth into an infinite sea of darkness. He just says he can do this pretty casually, and then afterwards, Robert actually kind of like leans into it more, and he's like, "All right, don't do that." So it is a legitimate thing you can do. You take that statement and the other statement into account. That is a pretty powerful hero for him to be able to ask assistance of, considering, you know, that's pretty much Viltrumite level for sure.
Okay.
So
that's wild.
The world of
I can talk about it.
In the world of Dispatch, are there like in Invincible, obviously, I don't think it's a significant spoiler that there's aliens, dog. Is that part of Dispatch? Like, is there a world? I'm just curious now, because like,
yeah,
is this guy saying I'm gonna destroy all life that we know of? I'm just wondering how on Lex Luthor vibes I should be.
No, I got it. I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So no, Phenomenon is talking about. No, Phenomenon is the only character in the entire series that can do something like this. The point of the Z team that Robert is put in charge of dispatching is that they are former supervillains who have been given like a new chance to sort of like do good. They're called the Z team because they are the bottom of the barrel superheroes as a part of SDN. Like Invisigal can turn invisible, but what Javi left out is that she turns invisible by holding her breath, and she's asthmatic. Like all of the
oh no,
all of the Z team characters suck, and they get better over time because of Robert's like leadership and getting them to believe in themselves. But they are not the fucking Guardians of the Globe. And the Guardians of the Globe are not the Justice League, right? They're like C tier Justice League, but they're obviously a lot closer to the Justice League than the Z team. Regardless of which roster, frankly, I think the second roster is a lot better with like Duplicate and
okay.
Because
I was gonna say, which
Robot
roster
is crazy.
Are we bringing in?
Robot
I guess Robot's kind of nuts.
You could do either roster. Robot is absolutely nuts. The Guardians of the Globe are insanely powerful and much more professional and much more well-trained, have much more experience. You add in the Reanimen that Cecil has, which are cyborg zombies. They look like the most like the level 1 skeleton that you fight in a video game. Like they look like dog shit, but they fight and physically kill with their bare hands Viltrumites. They are physically like Viltrumite level, not Thrag. You know, the Viltrumites, there is a scale, but even like the weakest of the Viltrumites. I mean, Invincible is fighting like Viltrumite warriors. I guess they're all warriors. Before he is getting his ass handed to him by Reanimen. And then you have Reanimen that are made from alternate universe Invincibles. So they're even stronger than that. And then, okay, I want to talk about Phenomenon a little bit because I was watching the game too, and I was like, that's interesting, but it's not everything that I think it seems on the surface. Phenomenon says that when he is suicidally depressed, he is talking about like suicidal ideation when he says this. I don't know. Let's take it.
He doesn't look happy
seriously.
In the images.
He's not happy. Let's take it fully seriously, like he means this 100% like seriously. He's not like talking because he's really depressed.
Yeah.
There's no time frame to say how long it would take him to do this. It means that at a certain point he would have the capacity to absorb a star level amount of energy. But Phenomenon does not do anything in the game that puts him at star level, like feats wise. There are no star level feats in the game. His best feat is like taking a big spider mech and like throwing it in the air. He's strong, but he's not like Invincible level strong. But even if you do say that he's star level, you can then like one of the superheroes that Cecil dispatches very commonly is Invincible. So you throw him into the match, and Invincible is like billions of times faster than light as well. And even if you don't, you can have the Reanimen that scale to Viltrumites, and there's like dozens of them. Cecil says 1,000 at one point. I'm not sure if he like
That's
how seriously you
can't
should
be
take
true.
that. But
There aren't even
dozens at
a
least.
thousand. There aren't even 1,000 Viltrumites, so there's no way.
Well, they're not all made from Viltrumites. Some are made from humans. But
oh, just to Reanimen in general. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, the Reanimen in general. But yeah, I think that like if you go the army route, I think it becomes more lopsided in Cecil's favor because he just has better resources. Like he's the Guardians and the Invincible and the Reanimen are way stronger than the Z team. Who the point is that they're like working class guys who can fail at saving a cat from a tree.
Sure.
They take care of like traffic incidents and they fight monsters and stuff, but it's not like when you fight a kaiju in one of the missions, you defeat it by like finding its baby. They're not like punching buildings down and stuff like that. Punch Up is Jacksepticeye, dwarf guy who's strong.
Okay, I do want to check something though, because like you mentioned, the Z team start off kind of lame, but they get better over time, right? And a couple people in chat mentioned like Invisigal is able to hold her breath for several minutes despite asthma and also smoking. Great job. As somebody who grew up with very bad asthma, holy shit. But you mentioned they get better over time. So clearly, even though they are, I think it's pretty safe to assume that this is a story about having not played through it myself.
Yeah.
That this is a story about characters who start off kind of in a bad spot, not being able to use their powers super well, attaining a better position later on, right? But
it absolutely is.
Something about Cecil, because you brought up Invincible and Mark, and the fact that he does dispatch Mark regularly for a time until Mark turns on him. And in fact, a lot of the Guardians of the Globe kind of decide Cecil's a dick and they're gonna leave. And the ones who stick around generally are staying there because either they really don't have anywhere else to go, they don't really care, or they're a fucking moron, like the Martian dude. So is loyalty and like actually trusting Robert gonna be beneficial in this fight? Does Robert have a better connection with these heroes?
Absolutely, he has a better connection for sure. But I mean, mind you, Invincible is a way larger series, and Dispatch is much shorter. So yeah, the ending is they just appreciate his leadership.
I definitely think that they're friends, right? Like, they respect him. Others fear Cecil. Well, yeah, I mean, go on.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because like when it comes to the Guardians of the Globe too, they have switched so many of their members around that they always have to reset their kind of strategies based off of who like comes in next, either because they died or they just quit. Plenty of instances. I think Robot's a big one where there are just team members that don't work well with others throughout the series. So I definitely think when it comes to, at least based off the ending of Dispatch, they are the stronger team. Especially because I mean, even if Robert is the man in the chair a lot of the game, he is in combat by the end with them, and they listen to him, and it's so I think and also I feel like, okay, so also to go off of Phenomenon, his character is, when you get to meet him, he's a very blunt, very literal, like he does not lie. He's a very respectful, and also just like I said, just very like, he describes Robert when he meets him like, you are a very small man. Like he's just very like, has no filter. So I do believe his statement is accurate, but I think especially for his friend, he would be able to overcome his depression or be able to
I think that even if you even if you take his statement totally literally, it doesn't mean that he is throwing like star level punches. Whereas we know with Viltrumites that they are that strong, and regardless of physical feat or the star level stuff, Invincible's way faster, like billions of times faster than light.
Yeah, I mean, there is like a level of that without a time statement attached to it. If he says he could do it in a few days, like, okay, that's significant. But he's like, over the next 6 million years, I'll absorb. It's like, okay, well, that's less significant, right?
I think like you could talk about a range of minutes to hours to
Yeah.
days, right? He's talking about wiping out Earth, so it's not like he has like a time limit, like a quick
Yeah.
pressing issue. But regardless, yeah, I think that with the Reanimen, just physically, they're a lot stronger. The Z team, I think, are better friends for sure. Although they can disregard Robert even when they think they are doing what they think is best. Like there's a whole chapter that involves one of the characters basically ignoring everything that Robert says, and it becomes a huge problem. And they think they're doing it for him. So they do have agency. The Guardians could do that too, but I think they have a better track record for sure.
What is Blonde Blazer's power? Because I know she's a little bit of a different situation. But would theoretically still be dispatchable.
I mean, she helps by the. I mean, first of all, the entire reason he's in dispatch is because of Blonde Blazer. And also by the end, they end up fighting with each other, against the final evil. But her powers are kind of hard for me to just explain. They're general.
She flies.
energy.
She shoots like laser beams.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wait,
There
so
are
what's
not a lot
hard
of
to
feats.
explain about that?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No, I'm asking what's hard to explain about that.
Oh no, it's like because there's like two characters that have like because it's also Prism and Blonde Blazer. They have very similar powers. So it's
okay.
like
So it's like a story thing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so to kind of go off of the Phenomenon, like not doing like the star level punches or anything like that. I mean, he is also fighting characters that are in his boxing range. So there's an argument to be made that it through those statements, that's just not happening because those characters are capable of enduring.
Fucking dwarf Irish Jacksepticeye punchy goblin is not star level. No.
Hey,
Absolutely
that's how dispatch
fucking
works.
not. People listening who have played Dispatch, is Invisigal star level? Is
What?
Punch Up star level? No, absolutely not.
But he
I don't
also
think you
holds back
said
a lot.
Visigal punch up. And people have been
Well,
talking
they're
in chat about how
all saying, like-
Phenomenon is such a weird word to say. How Phenomenon is holding back the entire series. Because of his situation. So I mean,
No, he gets like, if he was holding back, he could have saved like the entire end of the game. But he gets restrained by the dude with the tiny little arms and the big robot arms, like the guy that's like a joke. He gets restrained by him at the end, briefly. But like, no, he's not holding back.
But also
I think
several
he's
of
depressed. I think it hurts his performance for sure.
some of the villains too, and this is shown at the beginning, they already have powers, but they're also enhanced after.
Yes.
So it's like they're already kind of
No,
like
they're
I would
superhuman, for sure.
I would actually be more like willing to accept like that's just an enhanced like villain.
They for sure have super strength. I'm just saying it's closer to like wall or building level than like star level.
Adam the Mango says my agenda says punch up is star level. So there you go, Liam. So real quick, we're gonna get to the last bits here. But first, I do want to talk about our second sponsor for today's episode, which is Uncommon Goods, because it is that time of year. The holiday season. And you probably still have names on your list, right? But don't panic. Uncommon Goods makes holiday shopping stress-free with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts that you can't find anywhere else. That's the whole idea. Why get your friend or family something they can see at the store every other weekend when you could get them something truly uncommon? Uncommon Goods gathers all sorts of products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade in the USA. many crafted by independent artists and small businesses, kind of like us. Of course, there is a catch. Because they're not ridiculously mass-produced products, they're made in small batches. So what you're looking for could sell out really fast. I've bought stuff from Uncommon Goods for years now. I've shown these before, but I do have, these are my favorites. Let me just get over this. Sorry. These cook and drink books, mixer books. Drinking with Wizards, Warriors, and Dragons. And then the other one is Cooking with Wizards, Warriors, and Dragons. Last time I read from this, I spoiled one of Chad's favorite books, so maybe I won't do that. But it's basically just a bunch of meals or drinks based on fantasy characters like Gimli's Gauntlet Gimlet. Perfect. So yeah, that's just one of many things you can find on Uncommon Goods. Maybe I don't actually know if they're still on Uncommon Goods. They got all sorts of unique stuff on there. And they have something for everyone, from moms and dads to kids and teens, from book lovers, history books, buffs, and diehard football fans to foodies, mixologists, gardeners, whoever. You'll find thousands of gift ideas that you won't find anywhere else. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. To date, they've donated more than $3.1 million. So don't wait. Cross those names off your list before the rush. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/DBC. That's uncommongoods.com/DBC for 15% off. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of ordinary. All right. Again, sponsors are super important to keeping Death Battle going. So
Yosuke Hanamura said, "Don't forget the Rock Ghost," which is something that Chad has got from Uncommon and is loved and talked about, but refuses to bring one upstairs to show us. He said, I don't know what.
Rock so many times.
I think he's just lazy, but yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder, do they even... I gotta just find them on Uncommon Goods at some point, because he's talked about them so many times, but I've never seen him. And he's not even here today, so whatever, Chad. Real quick, I do see some people asking about a sneak peek for Ash Yugi. We don't have the typical kind of sneak peek today. When you see the episode, you might understand why. Instead, we do have something else to show, which is a neat little teaser that some of the editing team put together. They had a really fun idea. Let's actually show off the Ash one, because some of you may have already seen this one, but I have another one after that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and bring that Ash one.
One second. Kabloop.
Okay.
Be the very best. Piece of cake.
If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Next time on Death Battle, it's the certified Pokemon Master Ram.
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt.
Grab your rare candies and head down to PokeStar Studios, because Ash and Pikachu are raring to send this pharaoh to Nurse Joy. Ash versus Yugi. The childhood clash is coming soon to Death Battle.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously capturing that classic Toonami feeling. And there was a little tease of the animation there. But we have another one that we are going to be posting sometime soon, but you guys get to see it before anyone else. So let's go ahead and bring that one up.
Okay, let me move to where it's black. Or at least darker. No, we'll be on the side. It's better this way. Trust me. It looks less awkward this way.
I'm scared.
We'll react to it.
Yeah.
Just with facial expressions.
We're doing it live, sadly, but this is how.
Take a shy kid, a pharaoh, and a mystic puzzle, and what do you get?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up!
Next time on Death Battle, nobody is gaming harder than the Kings.
Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
Kaiba Corp couldn't put on a show this good. Our Golden Boys are ready to show this twerp what a real graveyard looks like. Ash versus Yugi. The childhood clash is coming soon to Death Battle.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Ash Yugi is coming up this Sunday. Oh my God, guys. I'm not ready for this one. It's gonna be wild.
I am.
Be the very best.
I am.
Good
I'm
for you.
so
I want it
now.
Yeah,
Just a few more days.
Just a few more days. It's a big one. It's a big one. Yeah, and this will be the last episode of 2025, which is crazy because I mean, I know it's technically been longer than a year for Independent Death Battles releases, but this kind of feels like the end of our first like full year of Independent Death Battle like episodes, which is kind of how we've been treating it, behind the scenes anyway, in terms of like focusing on the show and making sure that we can not only just like maintain the show but also move forward with the show, bring people back on, bring some new people on, and try out some new things, but also making sure that Death Battle remains Death Battle in a new era. So I hope you guys have been enjoying Death Battle throughout this year. We might have some fun Death Battle casts planned coming up to sort of talk about all that and see what's next, But yeah, Ash versus Yugi coming up in just a few days. So let's go ahead and wrap up this argument. Liam, final thoughts on Cecil.
It's a matter of scale. Cecil defends the planet. Robert defends Torrance. Cecil has decades more experience than Robert. He has billions upon billions of dollars at his disposal. Robert's hacking super useful in general, but it's physically locked to Los Angeles, and is not able to do stuff mid-fight in the way that he would need to like just shut down Cecil's abilities. The Guardians of the Globe are better than the Z Team. Invincible is better than Phenomenon. It's a scale thing. Dispatch is about working class heroes that solve smaller issues and learn to like believe in themselves. Invincible, the superheroes are defending the entire planet, our Earth, from interdimensional forces, aliens. The villains at the end of Dispatch is like a street gang with cyberdenic technology. It's no shame on Robert. It's just a matter of scale.
Okay. Thanks to KindraX for the gifted memberships. And yeah, Michael mentioning, I know technically his name is Muto, but I hope they pronounce it like Moto. We do. We are going with the English dubbed translations, even when they don't make any sense.
I hear the decision was at a fevered pitch when it was finally made for Muto Moto.
Yeah. It was interesting deciding that, but we also, there's a reason for it. Like, we wanted to capture that 2000s energy for that we grew up with, right? That's kind of the point of the matchup. Anyway, Javi, final thoughts and arguments for Robert Robertson III.
For Robert Robertson, definitely Stanley inspired name there. Absolutely think that he's going to crush Cecil in a one-on-one. I think that his technology and technological prowess will allow him to, at the very least, hack his weapons, and also with his astral pulse, being able to, or having the power of a small star behind it, will defend against weapons like the hammer. So a lot of the fight is just going to be Cecil running away. As far as the Z Team versus the Guardians of the Globe, I absolutely do believe that the Z Team is a lot more concrete and look out for each other than the Guardians do. And also, they look out for Robert more than the Guardians of the Globe look out for Cecil. So that is my conclusion on this matchup.
All right. The poll is up. Go ahead and get your votes in. We'll leave it up for a few minutes. Sam, what you thinking?
I do kind of think there's some argument for Robert beating Cecil, but I don't necessarily think I can buy Z Team beating Guardians on this one.
So for you, it depends on if we're doing like mono y mono or team versus team?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the one-on-one, Cecil still has theoretically access to a lot of his like tech and stuff that I don't know if Robert could.
I certainly see
handle.
Liam's wombo combo of teleport away and like blast him with the satellite. I buy that completely. But
although to be fair, if we are just doing 1v1, Robert controls everything himself from his suit, right? Like that's the idea. Whereas Cecil is relying on the
others.
Why am I blanking on the what's the
GDA.
team called? The GDA. He's relying on the GDA to control like the satellite, send him the Reaniman, theoretically, possibly control his teleport.
And not knowing how Cecil's like button or communication works, I could see a world where it's just like that signal goes out in, some sort of radio frequency that maybe Robert can stop, right? So I don't like barring that wombo
That's like
combo, I know.
Speed Force doesn't exist in Marvel.
Yeah,
right?
but
like, yeah, if we make Cecil naked and break his
Yeah,
arms,
I mean, kind of the point of the matchup is providing them with like they are dispatchers. They have access to this tech and people. So like if you just completely rob Cecil of that, then it kind of removes the point of the matchup in the first place.
But I very much agree with Liam's argument of the Guardians are just like on a bigger scale. Like they're for the globe. They're not for a small non-capital, not even a capital city. Come on. Like, you know,
that's the charm. That's the charm.
Yeah, maybe if this was the New York team, I could buy it a little bit, but Torrance.
But if Phenomena Man goes up and destroys the sun, I mean, Cecil's dead.
Yeah.
You know what? Interesting.
I think Invincible would just fly up and like punch his head off.
I don't know if I would put Invincible on this team.
Interesting
I'm pretty sure
counter.
Mark would say no.
It literally wouldn't pop up in this fight, but the White Room, because of the way that works, Roberts never drank the water from the Invincible universe, so he would, because that's how they keep the room.
That's kind of
like,
funny, yeah.
So you'd be able to see everything.
Yeah. So he brings them into the White Room. It's like, haha, you can't see anything in here. Just like, what?
Oh, Ben, if you don't put Invincible on it, then you put the Reanimen, who are strong enough to kill Invincible. Again, there's no way you're not getting like Viltrumite level scaling out of Cecil's.
All right, finally, and we'll give it to you. The poll's ending with 55% in your favor. Ugh, guys,
55.
Come on. No.
Yeah,
so we have a winner. 55% of the vote goes to Cecil. So there you have it. Of course, I mean, you guys should go check out Dispatch. I'm gonna go play it at some point. Like it sounds super fun. It's such an interesting idea for a game. And Robert sounds like a much nicer guy than Cecil. I think I would rather hang out with Robert, little Mr. Robbie Robertson.
He breaks some pretty serious workplace ethics. I would say. I would say.
Okay.
Really bad
Cancel
ones.
him. Get rid of him.
HR complaints happening.
Forget we ever talked about him. We have no association with Robert.
Yeah. And everyone's chill with it. Like it's crazy.
There's apparently an achievement where if you don't do any workplace like love stuff, you get like an achievement for that, like keeping love out of the workplace.
You don't take either. Yeah.
That's funny. That's fun. I know there were a lot of super chats we weren't able to get to. Oh my god, you guys sent so many. Like Third Degree asking, I have to ask for future live action fights. Would you only do it with Ismahawk, or would you consider working with other channels? Yeah, absolutely.
I responded in the chat to him. I said we're always open to new creative partners. We love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you know.
Yeah. And we've certainly talked to other people, about doing matchups. Ismahawk's our kind of go-to.
Yeah.
Right? But we've talked to other people as well. And oh my god, there's so many super chats. Maybe we can get to some of them
if ILM showed up and was like, we'd love to do one, we'd be like, nah, we got to go with Ismahawk.
All right, thank you all so much for joining us again. Ash vs. Yugi is coming out in just a few days. Keep an eye out for that. Also, if you haven't gotten your boomstick U2s yet, those have been shipped out. In fact, we've seen some people posting about them on social media, so people are receiving them. Depending on where you are in the world, you might get them now or a little bit later on in the month, but you should be getting them very, very soon. Again, that's all on YouTube's side, so I don't necessarily know exactly when that's going to show up onto your front door or whatever, but you should be getting them soon. And again, the final poll for Champions Island is up on the YouTube channel right now. If you are a member, you can go vote for who you think should fight Kamen Rider Geats in a future death battle. Okay, wow, that was a lot. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining us for another episode. Javi, Liam, nice job arguing for your characters. Sam, thank you for
being here. Yeah, of course, anytime.
All right, take care, everybody. We'll see you in Champions Cast in just a little bit.
Bye.